Hi, David Longman here again. Speaking about your physical health. Today's all about your physical health. Today's all about anything physical that might be stopping you from being happy. Because this whole series that we're doing, these whole 19 shows, are all about happiness and the things that could be stopping you from being happy. And because I believe there are four energy bodies, there's four energy bodies that I have and I believe you have. The physical body, which we can see, feel, touch. The mental body, which is the way in which our brain is working. The emotional body, which is how do we feel, what am I feeling, where am I feeling it, how's that going for me? And my spiritual body, which is what path am I on? Am I on the right path for me? Am I doing the right things by everybody else in my path? Am I doing the right things for me? So that's a quick outline of those four energetic bodies, if you like. Now, the physical body. As a naturopath, as a practitioner of health, I've been dealing with people's physical bodies for the last 30 years, 30 plus years actually. And what I've found is there are answers to nearly every physical problem that a person has. So if you're allowing a physical problem to take your happiness away, what I can tell you is, from my experience, you don't have to. Because happiness, as I've said before in this series, is, I believe, an inside job. And I've found that just about every physical problem can be overcome one way or another by some simple steps. The right nutrition, and that means the right food for your body. The right nutrition, as in the right supplements for your body. And anybody who tells you that supplements don't matter has not studied supplements. They have not studied science to the degree where supplements make a difference, how supplements make a difference, how different supplements make a difference. I mean, science touches on it with vitamin D, but hey, there's lots more vitamins than just vitamin D. If all you're doing is taking vitamin D, you are probably depriving your body of other nutrients that it absolutely needs. If you've got issues with your mental health, you need nutrition. If you've got issues with your physical health, you need nutrition. How do you get the nutrition? How do you know what nutrition to get? Well, that's one of the things we teach here at Aussie Blokes Talk. So the first thing is to look at your physical body and say, well, for me, this is what I did. I said, is my physical body stopping me from being happy? And you know, when I've got to lie back on the bed to put my socks on, and I look at my gut and I think, I'm carrying 15 kilos too much. That point, and for those moments, my physical body is stopping me from being happy. However, who put the 15 kilos on? I did. So me going out of control, eating food that wasn't right for me, doing things that didn't add to my value, was actually stopping me from being happy. So I had to take a good look at myself and say, I'm a naturopath, I'm a hypnotherapist, I've got all the tools I need, I've got the skills I need. What's stopping me from getting back to the weight that I want to be? And the thing that was stopping me was my desire. I didn't have enough desire. I didn't have enough intent to really look at my physical body and say, I want to change this, until I did. And when I did, I already had the skills and the tools in place to be able to do it. Now, I know losing weight is not the key to happiness. At the same time, though, it is a step in the right direction. And for me, it was a big step. For me, it was a big step to be able to say, I have a target. I'm going to lose 10 kilo to start with. That's my short-term goal. After that, I've got another 5 kilo to lose. That's my long-term goal. I'm not there yet. 10's gone, 5 to go. So that's up to me, not anybody else. I've got the skills and the tools. So what about you? What physical ailments are stopping your happiness? what things are interfering with what's happening for you. You know, you may think of anxiety, for instance, as a mental health issue. It's not a mental health issue, it's a whole body issue. You might think of depression as a mental health issue. It's not a mental health issue only, it's a whole body issue. Traumas, PTSD, you might think of as a mental health issue. They are not fully mental health issues, they are whole body issues. Tiredness, fatigue, whole body issues. The whole biochemistry of the body needs to be balanced in order that the body can function effectively. If the body can't function effectively, it's not going to be able to do what you want it to do. So I see it all the time. Walking down, get up at 5:30 in the morning, go for a walk, change my life, change the pattern of my life, help clients change the pattern of their lives. Aches and pains go away. Things like infections go away. Diabetes goes away. All these different things can go away because of changes made to what you put into your body. And what you put into your body depends on, 1, your diet, 2, the supplements you're going to use and utilize for your health, 3, what you think, and 4, what you feel. Because that all impacts on the physical body. Now, I'm not sure where you are. All I can say is if your physical health is stopping you from being happy, there are answers and there are skills you can learn that can help you get your physical body in better shape. And there are books to read. There are things that people have done. And I've got a list of books here, and you might be surprised at what these authors have discovered and what they were able to do in their lifetime. You know, my work is not done in isolation. I stand on the shoulders of giants. I stand on the shoulders of people who did the scientific work, who discovered things that others haven't followed through with, that aren't known in the medical field at all, or if they are, they're disregarded. Oh yeah, that's just vitamins. That's just this. That's just that. That's just something else. That doesn't work. You know, you've got a minimum daily requirement. That's all you need. And what I say is that's bullshit. That's not true. What is true is that every nutrient, every vitamin, every mineral, every herb has a place in our being. And there are certain ones that everyone individually is going to be lacking. I might be born with a lack of a mineral. I might need more minerals through my life than the next person. I might need more minerals through my life than you do. You might be going really well, and yet you could be lacking one mineral, just one, although it's usually 5 or so, that you don't have the pathway for to absorb properly, or you don't have the uptake to, or you're not getting it in your food, and that will affect the way you feel. That will affect the way that you feel about yourself. That will affect the way that you live your life. Always feeling slightly tired, always feeling slightly concerned about your mental health, whatever it might be, all of it is explainable, and all of it has been written about over and over again by researchers and top-level practitioners in their field. So I've got a list of people to look up. If you want to know about certain things, if you've got a certain health condition and you want to know more about it and how to overcome it, see if you can get hold of some of the literature from these guys. And unfortunately, there's no women on this list, but these are men who in the sciences did the study, did the work. And probably one of the most important of these is a guy called Roger Williams. Now, Roger Williams wrote a book called Biochemic Individuality. And in it, he expressed the fact that a gene which is that you might be born with, which is a genetic movement towards diabetes, for instance, does not have to be expressed. That means it does not have to come into action if you take the right supplements. Right? He also found that most people were lacking 4 or 5 different nutrients in their makeup when they're born. They're either missing the nutrients or they're missing the pathways to absorb the nutrients. So Roger Williams, he saved hundreds and hundreds of thousands of lives by his research with his brother. Have a look at him. See what you think. Are nutrients bullshit, as the medical system would have you believe in a lot of cases? Is it just that you take a nutrient and you just pee out and you've got expensive pee? No, I call on that. That is not true. And anyone who says that has not studied nutrients. And if they say that to you to stop you from taking nutrients, ask them, what's your research show? Where do you get your information? Where's that coming from? What do you know? What have you studied? I spent 30 years studying this. Let's have a look at some of the giants in the field. Kerry Reams. I do a thing called RBTI, which is an analysis system on the urine and saliva. It's a biochemical system which is about the functioning of the body. I put nearly every client that I see through that testing procedure to find out where their biochemistry is, because their biochemistry dictates the way that their body is going to function. And if their biochemistry is out, their functionality will be out. So that's Kerry Reams. And he went on during the years that he was in clinical practice and cured thousands and thousands and thousands of people and has a huge following now. Then we have a guy called William Kelly. William Kelly cured himself of pancreatic and liver cancer. That's right, he cured himself of pancreatic and liver cancer. He was a dentist who studied nutrition. He realized that in order to cure himself, he needed to make some changes to his diet. Get off the sugar, get off the stuff that was killing him, change his diet, do something about it. He wrote a book called One Answer to Cancer. His studies have been followed up by others who've also been able to cure pancreatic cancer, liver cancer, breast cancer, all of those different conditions. And they've been able to do it because they followed the techniques that William Kelly designed. Abraham Hoffa. Abraham Hoffa, head of the Canadian Schizophrenic Association. Abraham Hoffa is one of my heroes. William Kelly and Kerry Reams, same deal. Abraham Hoffa cured schizophrenia. What does that mean, cured schizophrenia? How can I say cured schizophrenia? Well, he was head of the Canadian Schizophrenic Association. People would come into his hospital. He would treat them with nutrients. He would also use some of the drugs that were available at that time to stabilize them. Then he would treat them with nutrients. He would change their diet. He would get them to recognize that there was nothing wrong with them except the fact that they had nutrient deficiencies, and they could then go back to work. They could go back to society. They would get on with their families. They would do all these sorts of things. And he wrote books for doctors. Now, there are doctors who follow his teachings and are getting the same results as he got. So in all the mental health issues, Abraham Hoffa is a giant among men. Who else have we got? We've got a guy called Lyndon Smith. Lyndon Smith, a pediatrician. And what he found was that children improve their health by taking supplements. He found that most children who are ADD, ADHD were actually nutrient deficient. He put nutrients into their body. He changed their diets. He worked with the parents followed him, and he had tremendous success. And he wrote books about it. He wrote books about the different stages of health that children are born in, the 5 stages of health. Read the information. Find out about it. Some of it we're going to put up on our website as we go along. That's aussieblokestalk.com.au. As we go along, we're going to put more information up on those things on our website. The list of these guys, these men in this case, but there were women as well, that made a difference scientifically with nutrition. Who else have we got on that list? Well, we've got a guy called Carlton Fredericks. Carlton Fredericks ran a radio station program in, I think, New York for many years. He was helping people understand a thing called low blood sugar. He was helping people understand that if you have low blood sugar, you can have a whole list of symptoms, a whole list. There's about 30 symptoms you can have if you've got low blood sugar, or you've got blood sugar that goes down abruptly, from anxiety to depression to nervousness to difficulty in breathing, lack of sex drive. All these type of things were proved to be nutritional deficiencies. So where are you? Do you have aches and pains? Low libido? Feel that your energy isn't where you want it to be? Find that your brain is confused sometimes, foggy thinking, unable to think clearly? Then guess what? Your nutrition is probably the basis of the problem. Let's see what we can do to sort out your nutrition before we go any further, because what I've found is most mental health issues, 50% of it can be taken away with the right nutrition. Then there's the other bits that need to be worked with other ways, but those are the skills that we bring to you in Aussie Blokes Talk. And then who have we got? We've got a guy called John Christopher, Dr. John Christopher. John Christopher was one of America's foremost herbal experts. He founded and manufactured herbs in different forms and shapes to work in the body in all different sorts of ways. He made a huge difference in people's lives. His school is still going, run by his son, because herbs, nutrients are in herbs. Nutrients are in herbs. So if you haven't got the right nutrients in your body to help your liver, to help your kidneys, to help your lungs, to help your heart, there are herbs that can do that. Are you lacking those herbs? Chances are you are. Which herbs to take? Well, those are things that have to be worked out individually for you. Personally, in RBTI, that's what I work out. Other practitioners do the same things with other ways, but that's how I work it. So, and then there's many others who are coming along, many others who work with thyroid conditions, they work with brain injuries, they work with all different sorts of conditions, gut issues, health issues. Oh, by the way, did you know that if you've got a gut issue, whether it's IBS, whatever that is, irritable bowel syndrome, what does that mean? Irritable bowel syndrome? Well, it means your bowel is irritable. How is that a diagnosis? It could mean you've got constipation. It could mean you've got diarrhea. It could mean you've got both. It could then go into colitis. It could go into ulcerative colitis, where you got bleeding from the bowel. It can then develop into Crohn's disease, where the bowel just basically stops functioning properly at all. These are all conditions which nutrition has helped. These are all conditions in which food changes have made a difference and in which nutrient changes have made a difference. And if you don't have those things, then chances are your nutrition and your health is not going to be as good as it could be. Oh, the other thing is, did you know that 80 to 90% of the neurotransmitters that the brain needs are made in the gut? And if your gut isn't healthy, if you've got bloating, discomfort, constipation, diarrhea, any of those conditions, fart a lot, burp a lot, indigestion, heartburn, then your body is not capable of making all the neurotransmitters that your brain needs. And all of those conditions can be corrected with the right nutrition in the way of the right food and the right supplements. And which supplements? Well, hey, I don't know. I know for me, and I can help you with yours through Aussie Blokes Talk, through what we're doing to help people with anxiety and depression and tiredness and fatigue and traumas, because that's one of the things we offer. We offer the physical support that you need as well as the mental health support that you need. You don't have to go down the gurgler. You don't have to look at life through a dark lens if you are willing to look outside of where you're currently looking. If you're willing to say, I've got these issues, And I don't have the skills to deal with these. And all this talking I'm doing with the mental health experts, that's helped me. That's got me to a certain stage, but it keeps coming back. I keep blaming myself. I keep guilting myself. I keep hurting myself. I keep wishing that I wasn't alive. I keep wishing that I wouldn't be a nuisance to people. Whatever it might be that's going on for you, all of it can be helped with the right nutrition. All of it. And that's my promise. My promise is that if you want happiness, if you want true happiness, then the only person who can get that happiness for you is you. And the only way in which you can get that happiness is to reach out and learn the skills that were taught by these authors. They've all written books. They've all got great understanding of the human condition. Some of them more on the mental health side than others, but it's always there. It's all there in their writings. From Roger Williams, Abraham Hoffa, John Christopher, Carlton Fredericks, they've all done it over and over and over again with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people have been influenced by them. What about you? Who are you being influenced by? You know, here at Aussie Blokes Talk, we say you can get rid of anxiety often within 30 days. You can get rid of depression often within 30 days. What are you doing about your anxiety and your depression? What are you doing about the traumas you've got? You know, a trauma that came from a war, or a trauma that came from sexual abuse, or a trauma that came from your childhood being disregarded and hurt, can all be overcome. You what? How can I say that? Well, because I've done it with people. I don't say anything I don't believe to be true and that I haven't practiced for myself. And where I haven't practiced, these authors have. They were in practice. They were in the grassroots level, changing people's lives, making a difference over and over again. And the one thing they all had in common, they were all dissed by the medical system. They were all put down. They were all vilified. Your life is yours. It's yours to lead. It's not mine. It's your choice, not mine. But if you want some help, you want some support, you want to learn some skills, you want to help let go of aches and pains, mental health issues, all these different sorts of conditions, well, we're here at Aussie Blokes Talk to help you. So our website, www.aussieblokestalk.com.au, or check out our YouTube channel, or have a look at these videos, the rest of these videos on happiness that we're doing each morning. Today we've been talking about physical health, and we've been talking about experts in physical health who's overcame physical health issues. Yesterday we talked about being a spiritual being in a human body. Well, this is the human body that I inhabit. I can change it, I can influence, I can make a difference to it. What about you? What do you want to do with your physical body? How do you want your physical body to work? If you want to change it and shift it and mold it and help it, you can. Over to you.